Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Julie Mann and I show men and women how they can live healthy, happy, sustainable lives by changing their habits and also using cutting edge products that have them age well. And I'm really delighted because today I'm joined by the absolutely lovely Carolyn Akinyemi. Akinyemi. You know, I was thinking, am I going to pronounce it correctly? And there you go. You can say it, can't you, Carolyn?
Carolyn Akinyemi.
It's not that hard, is it? Anyway, Carolyn is an absolute expert when it comes to eczema. So I'm going to hand straight over to you for your healthy habits around that.
Thank you, Julie. It's an absolute privilege to be on this show today. I'm actually going to help your viewers today with trying to break the habit of scratching when you have chronic eczema, because that is my field. And scratching, it feels so good when you have eczema, but you really have to break the habit because it doesn't do any good. And so that's what we're going to talk about. Now, I've learned so much about eczema from having my 4 children who all suffered from chronic eczema. And I just got so frustrated with the protocols that I was being told not helping. I just said, I have to research, I have to learn as much as I can about eczema so that I can be the best advocate. And so I'm going to share with you what we learned about breaking the scratching habit today. So the reason why people are itching so much when they have eczema, obviously dry skin is itchy anyway, but what makes it worse is the histamine that's being released. Because eczema sufferers have a lot of inflammation, the redness, the soreness, and that's all inflammation, but it causes a histamine release. And that's what really makes it itchy. Same as if you have a mosquito bite, you're going to get histamine release and it's so itchy. And so the natural tendency is to scratch because it feels good and you get that relief when you scratch. But the problem with eczema is the scratching doesn't make it go away. The itch just gets worse because underneath our skin or in our cells, we have mast cells. And these are the ones that dump histamine when we have an allergic reaction or if they're disturbed by something that they don't like. So they will, when you scratch, you're actually causing your mast cells to release more histamine. And so you get in this itch, scratch cycle that doesn't actually help anyone. So the first thing we need to do is understand how to stop the itch without clawing at it. And the most effective natural way to do that is to use cooling packs or cold packs. You know, you can get those little things that you keep in the freezer. You can get all different sizes. They are wonderful on any kind of itch, because if you cool the area, you reduce the blood flow to the area. That reduces the inflammation. And so that will actually take down a lot of the itching if you cool it. So as soon as you get a flare, as soon as you start feeling itchy, you run and get your cool pack out of the fridge and you go and put, or the freezer, and you put that on. Obviously don't put it on bare skin. You have to wrap it, otherwise you get ice burn. You don't want that. And then the second thing is to take very, very high dose vitamin C, which isn't dangerous. You can the worst thing that can happen if you have lots of vitamin C is you might get a bit of a runny tummy, but we're not talking that level. So my family, we made vitamin C drinks that we would sip through the day, because vitamin C is a natural antihistamine. Most people aren't told that. If you take it in high enough doses, it actually takes the histamine out. And that's what you want to do to get rid of the itching. So we would make, tell your listeners how to make a vitamin C drink that's totally safe and delicious. So you can buy the vitamin C pure ascorbic acid powder, and you just use a teaspoon of that and half a teaspoon of sodium bicarbonate. Make sure it's aluminium-free sodium bicarbonate or baking soda. And you put 1 teaspoon of that, half a teaspoon of baking soda, fill it up with water, and then add some fruit juice. And that will make your own fruit fizzy drink. And that will be 5,000 milligrams of vitamin C in that drink. And that's not only healing for your skin, but it takes away the histamine. So those 2 things. And then I just want to talk about the importance. You would know this anyway, being a habit fixer, the importance of the brain being involved. Because we've learned these habits, they're all in our subconscious mind, and we really need to change our thought patterns in order to change our actions. And it normally takes around 21 days to change a habit. But I read a book by Dr. Caroline Leaf, and she says in her book, Switch on Your Brain, that you can actually change the neurological mapping in your brain by visualization. So if you, as an eczema patient, are used to clawing and scratching your itches, and then instead of doing that, you actually think and visualize yourself putting a cold pack on it. So you visualize that at least twice a day, I would say, in the mornings and the evenings. You visualize yourself going to the freezer, getting the cool pack out and putting the cool pack on, and that the itching's going away. You're actually training your brain to do that habit instead of the scratching habit. So you're actually creating neurological pathways in your brain that will cause you to act in a different way to what you have been acting so far. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Did you teach your children to visualize? Did they do that?
Yeah, well, this is something I only learned more recently. When my children were young, I didn't. But I guess with children, it's easier because they were younger. And for me, I knew about the cold packs and the vitamin C. And so that was what I taught them to do. So that was their natural thing. And it gave them some, I don't know if you can hear, we've got a storm going past. So the rain is so loud. So I taught them, when you're itchy, go to the freezer, get the ice pack, wrap it in a tea towel and put it on. So they grew up with that habit, and that's still what they do. Whether they had hives or, you know, we had all kinds of allergy issues going on in my household. First point of call was go get the ice pack. And that's what they grew up knowing how to do. It wasn't medication, it was ice packs and vitamin C. So they've already got that training in their brain.
Absolutely brilliant. And I've never suffered from eczema, but I did have a mosquito, lots of mosquito bites a couple of weeks ago. And I had a bite on my eye and it all swelled up, and my face swelled up. And actually, you know, that itching and me using, you know, a packet of peas with a tea towel around it.
Oh, yeah, so you know it works.
Makes such a difference. Absolutely. And antihistamine as well. So thank you so much. And actually, I know it's Akinyemi, but actually Akinyemi, I think it's a good description of you. So thank you, Carolyn, so much. Now, for those people that have only just met Carolyn on this recording, then do check her out. I'm going to put all her links below. So, and she's an absolute wealth of information. So check her out, ask some questions and get in touch. So thank you so much, Carolyn. And thank you everyone else for watching.
Bye.